I have spent almost all evening trying to upload, trying to record. Things keep happening and I'm just about ready to give up, but I do feel like something needs to come through. So we're going to try again. What is the message that is needing to come through in this collective read? So coming forward, we have the Six of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. So there's a pretty recent conflict, actually, that I think on the surface is about one thing, but on a much deeper level, it means something different to the people involved in the conflict. So can we get some more information on that? Partially for the reading, but I'm also nosy. I want to know what's happening. So the reversed Page of Cups, this conflict triggered some old emotional wounds. I think it actually did for both people involved in this conflict. We have the Moon coming forward as well as the King of Cups and Death. Okay. For someone, this conflict felt very inevitable and they feel good about their conduct in it. It doesn't feel like things got nasty. It feels like it was mostly just misunderstanding and hurt. And with Death, it almost seems, again, like this was an inevitable thing. And whether that's the death of the connection itself or this particular chapter of it, I feel like that remains to be seen. Because with the Moon, I feel like there's something here about an intuitive journey that needs to be taken. Like, one or both people in this is aware that this conflict was necessary and that this period of separation that I'm feeling is also necessary in order to continue the journey. We also have Judgment coming through, so this very much feels like alignment. And I feel with the King of Cups as well that both people are obviously not happy about it, but there's again something here about understanding and accepting and not allowing your emotions to make you do crazy. So what is the purpose of this aligned separation for these two people? Oh wow, we have the World coming forward. So the World and Death, this aligned separation really is the end of a particular chapter. We also have the Three of Swords. I still am not entirely clear. I don't know if this is the end of a chapter or the end of the connection. We have the Three of Swords coming forward. We also have the Nine of Swords. And I feel like that is sort of where your agonizing comes through, because you don't know if this is just a bump in the road or if this is it. Like, is this person done in my life forever? So Spirit, can we get just a little bit more clarification? Is this really like it? Like, is this done? Is this the end? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. I feel very strongly that this is not the end. This is simply just the end of this specific chapter in this connection. And with the Ace of Swords, I also feel like the purpose behind this aligned separation is to give each person new perspective on the connection as well as their own roles in it, I feel. We have the Seven of Cups coming forward. Someone in this connection, they had other options and they really wanted to be able to explore those options. But I feel like we have the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and I was literally just about to say, I feel like this person, as time goes on, is going to realize that these options are leaving them pretty dissatisfied. So they may make a return and they may come back with, again, renewed perspective and even renewed emotion. I wouldn't be shocked if the Ace of Cups made an appearance somewhere here. We have the Six of Swords and the Hierophant in reverse coming forward. What's interesting is throughout this shuffling, throughout this reading, the Knight of Pentacles has kind of made an appearance but has never fully thrown itself out of the deck. I usually only deal with flyers exclusively. But with the Six of Swords and the reversed Hierophant, I'm also seeing the Knight of Pentacles, and the message I'm getting is you will know when it is time to move on to the next stage. You will know when it's time to move forward, and each person will know that as well. Because with the Knight of Pentacles, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for each step of the process. And I feel like, again, you will know when it is time to do that. You won't need to depend on others' advice to tell you when that is. We do have the reverse Star coming forward. So even though you do understand why this separation needs to happen, even though you are aware, and what the fuck, the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So even though you are aware that there is a time and place for each progress, there's a time and place for everything, this separation was aligned, you're still disappointed by it. And that's okay. Because again, with the King of Cups, you're allowed to feel what you're feeling. You just can't let what you're feeling dictate your actions. We do have the Wheel of Fortune coming forward. So I feel like this is a sign that the time is coming soon for this aligned separation to come to an end. What does Spirit want us to do in the meantime? Okay, so the King of Swords and the Three of Cups. I actually love that. What is this? And the reverse Three of Pentacles. You're really being encouraged, A, to focus on yourself, but also to focus on the other connections in your life that are feeding you. Because I feel that part of the reason why this aligned separation is needed is you could be the kind of person who gets really swallowed up in your romantic relationships, so you neglect your friendships. So this is a moment for you to wrap up some loose ends, I feel, especially around maybe some connections that aren't working for you anymore. We have Strength in reverse at the bottom of the deck, as well as the Sun. And I feel like this is a sign, and the reverse Magician, like, even though you aren't feeling your level best right now, you're not feeling, you know, particularly A+, #winning, like, you know it's going to get better. You know that, again, this separation is going to come to an end. But in the meantime, you're really being encouraged to lean on yourself, master your own mind, master your own heart, and lean on the people who you know are going to celebrate this reunion with you when it happens. Do we have any final thoughts for our collective? So coming forward, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit, the reversed Eight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Apparently Spirit has a few final thoughts. First, with the Eight of Swords reversed and the Three of... I don't know why I thought this was the Three of anything. This is the Hermit. But firstly, with these two, I feel like you are being invited to also use this time for reflection, to rid yourself of any insecurities, any doubts, any limiting beliefs that will prevent this reunion from being successful. We also have the Five and the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. And I feel like this, again, is a reminder that just because you can't see what's going on behind the scenes doesn't mean nothing is happening. It just means that it's not time for you to see it yet. And this can be a really hard thing to remember, especially, again, during those moments when you're really struggling to make it through a difficult time. But the Five of Pentacles literally talks about leaning on others. And so when you're struggling, that is the time to lean on your friend. And mostly with the Four of Swords, you're just being invited to chill and trust that the universe has your best interest at heart and that it's going to make sure that you're taken care of. That is it for today's reading. If you would like a private reading with me, I do offer them. You can email me at necromanticomedy. That is the only way to book with me. That is the only way to get my prices. Also, please make sure that you check out my other socials. You can find them in the Linktree link in my bio. I will see you guys for the next one.